Yeah, Kate does something right for once. Okay. Okay, so this is our 7th general meeting, so we're really plugging away. This is fantastic that we're this far in, and we still have at least some people at our meeting. We're doing great. It's a busy time of year. Everybody's stressed, so to have this many people here is a good thing. So we're going to keep the agenda really light, so hopefully I can send you home early, including the executive board, once we go through our agenda, so that'll be nice. We're going to finish going through clicking Carl's title tags, keywords, and meta descriptions, and then we're going to give a quick update on the mid-search roster for the November 15th event. Any questions on the agenda? Okay, so I'm going to pull up the intranet, and we can look at the title tags that we have so far. We're so lively today. I shouldn't complain though, since I did complain when you guys were lively last time and super off task.
It's one or the other.
Well, every single person when they walked through the door was like, I'm tired.
Okay, so we have Click and Curl sitemap up on the screen. This is kind of their current layout. We've gone through and we've added suggestions for title tag, meta description, keywords for the homepage. We decided on Click and Curl pipe, the blowout brush set with detachable barrels. They seem to be performing pretty well for blowout brush set, was what Louis found. And our meta description was something that's based off of what they already have. It's just kind of shortening it and getting rid of the redundancies. And then the keywords that we decided on were blowout, brush set, and variations of Click and Curl.
What is your meta description?
So we went off of what their existing one is, and we eliminated some redundancies and kind of kicked it up a little bit.
Is there a call to action in it?
I do not think so.
So are you guys making recommendations or are you changing them?
We are making recommendations.
Okay.
So currently their meta description is Click and Curl, the blowout brush set with detachable barrels that creates amazing volume and stunning curls, DIY blowout, forget hair rollers, hot rollers, Velcro rollers, and expensive trips to the salon. So we decided that having Click and Curl, the blowout brush set with detachable barrels, that creates yada 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 is repetitive of the title, so we took that down and said Click and Curl creates amazing volume and stunning curls, if that makes sense.
Okay, so do you want my advice?
Yes.
The sweet spot for how many characters you should have in a meta description is like something between 400 and 700 characters. Anything less than 400 characters is considered too short, because what you're doing is you're losing the real estate in the search engine results pages. If you're looking for a recommendation on how to look at these, I would use Screaming Frog to scroll to go to their site. And then there's a section on meta descriptions, actually title tags and meta descriptions, where it will tell you when color coded when you're within the ranges that it's supposed to be. But I think that less than 400 characters is considered too short. I think the sweet spot is 400 to 600. Screaming Frog may be on that machine, but probably not for yours. But Shorter with the meta description isn't necessarily better because you lose the real estate. See, like that third one down, they've got several lines. If you've only got less than a line, you lose real estate.
Like page, like it.
Real estate is
amount
how much of the space.
takes up on the page.
Yep.
Search.
Yep. And so it should support whatever the content is on the page. It should have a call to action in there.
This is what the current one is, so it's 2 lines.
So, and I mean, everything is recommendations, but there's sort of minimum and maximums that create a sweet spot for how big it should be.
All right, with that in mind, do we want to revise the meta description? We have quick and curl the blow-up brush set, or we have quick and curl creates amazing volume and stunning curls, DIY blow-up, forget hair rollers, hot rollers, Velcro rollers, and expensive trips to the salon.
That's the old one or the existing one?
That is, what I've got highlighted here is their existing one, but we shortened that.
Is there a
We
way
took out the
to
redundancies.
take what they have there and like put it in Word to see how many characters it actually is?
Probably.
I would, it would take you less time to download Screaming Frog and run it and actually look at the audit of it. Then you could see all of them at the same time. This is a great tool if you're looking at anything SEO. It's gonna give you the title tags, it's gonna tell you if there's
So you just like run
redundant
it on
title.
a web page and it kind of gives you everything about it.
Up to 500 pages.
That's pretty cool. Like,
It's
so you
a
have
lot
to
of
pay for
data.
something or
You can pay for,
like a visit or something.
yeah. The nice thing about the paid one is it lets you save it.
Oh,
Like, you can export the individual spreadsheets, but you can't save,
yeah.
you know, the collective.
Oh, it says failed, network error.
Well, that's nice. Looks like it's going now.
Okay, let's look at it.
I didn't come here to put a kibosh on what you guys are doing, but
No, that's good feedback. The requested operation requires elevation.
oh, that means you need somebody with a password. Yeah, I'll just sit here. Do you want to go on the meeting and I'll get this?
I mean, it's
That'll
all,
work, okay.
it's all on here. Difficult.
This is great software. You should have it.
We used it at Thompson Reuters, just.
You realize you spelled something wrong, so you have to export the entirety of it. Oh no. Okay, I'll make this up now while I'm waiting.
There you go.
I wonder if it only downloaded on my
I go to your ad manager and I switched to the website. I just started yelling at them. I was looking at your grammar, your spelling is
That's it right there.
awful.
Quick showing.
Oh, right there. Stall.
it's not installing for some reason.
It's probably, I don't know, it might just go under your habit.
Anyhow, it's already installed under my account, but
Oh, I could take the ball and put it up on my screen. You can try that.
oh, you've got it on your laptop or can install it
Download.
and then trade. That's what I read, man.
Okay, I'll just keep rolling away.
Man, look at the delay that I just introduced on you guys getting home. Sorry, guys. While she's working through that, I'm hoping that what I'm about to say is telling you what you already know, but the importance of getting the title tags and the meta description right is that the only time they'll show up is in a SERP. And so that's your chance to catch somebody who doesn't know who you are. So it's actually one of the most, other than the content of the page itself, getting the title tags and the meta descriptions is one of the most important things you can do for your on-site optimization, because that's giving new eyes a chance to make the decision to click on your site. So it's extremely important. It's also really hard to do. You have to understand each page, because each page needs to have a different one. And what is it that is unique about that page? Because you don't want the same title tag on all of them. So getting to really, that's right near the top in SEOs of things you need to get right is the title and the meta description. And then, of course, mobile. You know, it needs to be mobile.
Which is not very well. It's not very well optimized. It's really slow.
Is it?
Yeah, it takes forever to load up mobile.
Have you done a page speed test on it?
I think Chris did, but I don't remember what he said.
Mobile's even slower.
What?
Mobile is even slower. The average
That's
is
what I
like
was saying.
7 and something seconds.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
So if you run it through GT Metrics, that's a website, and you enter the URL, it will tell you exactly what needs to be done.
Yeah, I think, their images weren't compressed.
That's typical.
Other things.
Yeah, that's typical, especially if you get to websites that are like 5 years old or more.
Yeah.
Before the transition to mobile really happened, then you get a lot of problems like that.
Okay, so I've got the tool downloaded, so you can see me using it on the screen. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to enter the URL up into the search bar at the top that you can't see because the address thing is in the way. But then I hit start, and it's going to start crawling.
It's pretty quick normally. You've got a decent network. So you can go ahead and start looking at the tabs across the top. If you go to meta description,
No,
across
it's
the
above
top,
all that.
at the very top, just below the Screaming
Yeah.
Frog logo. Okay, go to meta descriptions. That's going to show you which pages have meta descriptions. If you go all the way down to the SERP snippet at the very, very bottom, no, not left and right, very bottom, SERP snippet, there, no, not in that window, the very bottom of the screen.
This one?
Yeah, right below where you're at now, it'll say SERP snippet. That's going to show you what it looks like. So you click on one of the pages, and
Okay.
then that's going to show you what it's going to look like in the browser. And you can select mobile or desktop. But if you scroll that window that it's in over to the right,
This
the
one?
bottom window, where the SERP is showing up. Yeah, scroll that over to the right, you'll see data. Okay, so your meta description right now it's saying, oh, that's the one, that's the existing one. That's saying that it's 236 pixels over, so 47 of the characters are getting truncated. Title tag is getting displayed in its entirety. You can take the meta description that you guys have proposed and put it into, if you scroll down in that same window, grab the bar between the top window and the bottom window and move it so that you see more of the bottom window. There you go. So there's a tool down there that allows you to enter meta descriptions in there, and it'll adjust the data. So you could take the one that you guys have proposed and put it in there and see how it ranks within the guidelines that are there. The top right window is going to give you all kinds of information. So it says missing 114 meta descriptions. Their duplicates are 0, multiples are 0. Do they really have 114 pages, or are they not using canonical tags?
I know they have a lot of blog pages.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes what happens is you'll get www.clickandcurl.com, clickandcurl.com,
Yeah.
https clickandcurl.com. That counts each of those as a separate page, and it dilutes the value in the search engine.
It seems like they're all unique. Just
Okay.
looking through them.
But like you said, a lot of them look like blogs.
And that's okay. You know. But this is a tool that makes it really easy. This is where I edit meta descriptions to get them to the right size.
Okay,
This
so
is the tool I use.
this is the meta description that we wanted put in there. So
Okay.
if we look at that, it looks like 0 are being truncated. It's got greens.
Yeah, so what does that say, 98? So there's 98 pixels there. You know, you can use that or not. That's within the guidelines. I'm trying to see what it says there.
Kevin, you need to get closer.
I need to wear glasses. 149 and 149.
Yeah.
So I don't think that that's ridiculous. You know, I think it's within it's 642 out of 940. You're over 400, so that's probably okay, the one that you proposed.
We could add a call to action to the end of it.
That's what I would recommend. So in your meta description, you should have a call to action. That's just a best practice because you're trying to get them to go.
I'm gonna retake the ball onto the main screen so we can take a look at what we have. So we have Click and Curl creates amazing volume and stunning curls. DIY blowout. Forget hair rollers. Rollers. Pro rollers. And expensive trips to the salon. We could say get yours today or something simple like that.
Yeah, or even you could turn that forget curlers, You could readjust the language in that so that it's a call to action. Get yours and forget, you know,
What do you guys think?
it's,
I like that one.
Yeah.
Get yours and forget. I like that.
So get your kit, forget hair rollers, hot rollers, bulker rollers, and expensive trips to the salon. Does that sound good?
that's a call to action.
That's good.
That's a call
You
to
happy
action.
with that one? Okay. Good start, guys.
This is actually a really hard thing to do.
So we've got the whole page kind of agreed upon. I'm just gonna try that green so that we have that one. Okay, So the shop page was another one that we worked on, and we didn't necessarily get to the meta description on this one. Let me pull that up on this computer. So it looks like the shop page does not have a meta description. So you can see that it's got 0 here, there's nothing in the blank. So this will be something new. The title tag that it currently has is products archive dash click and curl dash blowout brush set with detachable ... So there's some characters getting truncated in that title, so we could shorten that. I think products archive doesn't necessarily advertise that it's a shop page. So the title tag that we had come up with was shop click and curl pipe detachable brushes. So we could throw that in there and see how that compares.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so with that in there, we've got 38 characters. Any suggestions to change it, or?
No, I think that's pretty good for its size there.
We could say blow out detachable brushes, we could play with that some more, or we could stick with detachable brushes.
I would stick with detachable.
Okay, do we want to move on to meta description? We had nothing for this one. So it's kind of fair game.
And you could just say something about like shopping the various different brushes for the various different like hair lengths and stuff.
So blow out brushes for all hair types and hair lengths.
Something like that.
Sounds good.
It's probably gonna need to be a little bit longer than that.
Anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything in there, what it will do is it will go to the first H1 in the page. It'll grab the H1 and the paragraph after it, and that's what it'll put into the SERP. And if they don't have an H1, then there's no telling what's going to be in there. Yeah, there's no telling what will be in there if they don't have an H1.
So blow out brushes for all hair types and hair lengths.
Call to action. So this is their shopping page?
Yes. So in our meeting with Kim today, she said that this is not their primary shopping site, this is more of a secondary channel. So the main focus of the site is the educational, but they still want to beef up their title tags for this one.
Okay, so they can't, so it is a shop page, but it's really more educational.
It's got, like, they can purchase products from it, but
Right.
it's not their primary focus.
Come in and learn about the types of products that are best for your hair. Learn about and buy. You know, something like that is the direction that I would go, just because what you're trying to do is capture what they're doing on the page.
The shop page isn't the educational part, it's just got the different types of products.
They just want the overall website.
So is it like accessories
So
on that page?
let's bounce back and forth.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so this is kind of the stuff that they have. So they have the travel set, they have the style stick, yada yada yada. These are pretty much all of their accessories.
Okay, so
Their kits.
you might actually list a couple of the accessories, you know, view our travel kit, or, you know, whatever is sort of the, you obviously don't want to repeat the page on there, but check out our products and accessories, or, I mean, you know, something to that effect, so that they know that if they go to that page, they're going to be looking at the products. That is the purpose. That's where I make my
So-
best money is on title and meta descriptions. 'Cause the web
We could do
developers
something
don't want to-
like blowout brushes for all hair types and hair lengths. Check
It's
out
not
our
something I necessarily thought.
It's not the way they think.
We could do something like blowout brushes for all hair types and hair lengths. Check out our products and accessories from travel to everyday use.
There you go. There's your call to action, and you're telling them what to find on the page.
Brush description.
Okay, so that sounds good to everyone?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I've never seen these done by committee before. I've never seen meta descriptions done by
They
committee
asked us
before.
to help them, so.
Oh, no, that's,
It's just normally like one person running through the page or.
normally it'll be somebody makes a recommendation, or maybe a couple of people, and they'll make a recommendation, and somebody else will go through the recommendations. The whole bureaucracy thing. It's like, okay, here's 100 meta descriptions, are these all right? And I'll usually just say, yeah, because this is tedious.
Okay, so just looking at what we have,
$7 a page.
so if we take this over here, nothing's getting truncated, it looks like it's got the right length, so.
114 pages later.
We're not doing all of them.
No, it's just talking about what you could do or what you could charge per page. And it's 114 pages later.
So meta description, we're all happy with. We've got the title tags, so now we can look at the keywords, kind of revise those if needed. We found Kevin, we were looking at their keywords on Moz and on the website, so we felt that they were performing pretty well for detachable brushes, blowout brushes, click and curl variations. They're like first on every page for that.
Yeah, so they're branded terms.
So
Did you ever talk to them about getting access to their Google Analytics?
yes, I did. I talked to them today about it, and they're going to be sending us access pretty soon.
What?
I'm sorry, Google Analytics.
Oh, you're gonna be able to see all of it?
Yes, Deanna is on that. She's got to figure out how to do it.
I can send you a video URL to send her that shows how to do it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, remind me tomorrow.
So we happy with the keywords that we decided on? Detachable brushes, click and curl, click and curl, one word, blowout brushes? Yep. Okay, cool. Yay, another side done. Okay. FAQs and using click and curl. Now this one we got nothing for. So that's fun. So where is this one?
So while she's doing that, I'll talk some more. You only really need them on pages that are gonna show up in a search. So if it's a product page that that you don't want somebody finding in a search, then you wouldn't need to do that. That's where no index, no follow
Are you
comes in as
looking for
well.
the
Like the cart
FAQ
pages, you wouldn't
What's that?
want them to
Are you
follow
looking for the
cart
FAQ
pages in the
page?
search engine.
I'm looking
So you
for it
set
in
up so
Screaming
that
Frog.
they don't.
Oh.
And then you don't need the meta description because they don't show up in a
It's,
search engine.
/FAQs.
No, I pulled it up and it looks like it's just slash using dash click dash pen dash
Oh,
curl.
am I on a different page then?
I don't know, maybe it's different. I'm just looking specifically at, I clicked. Yeah, this is what I'm finding.
Trust
Where
the
is it?
frog.
You gotta be able to find the page first.
Are you able to do Command F and search?
I just tried and it
There's
didn't
a
work.
search bar at the top, but
Man, it's not coming up.
The, because there's the frequently asked questions page.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they have this page right here, which is, it looks like their existing title tag is click and curl pipe using click and curl. And then their meta description that they have is detailed instructions and tips on using click and curl, how to get the most out of your click and curl product. So there's a lot of click and curls in there.
I mean, other than the repeating of it, I think it's a pretty decent description of what the page is about.
But I mean, you could,
What do you use the click and curl to do?
With your hire.
to create a blowout hairstyle.
There's your title tag. Using click and curl to create a blowout hairstyle. If that's what they're talking about on that page.
Yeah, you could change the title tag just to how to use click or how to get a blowout hairstyle. Yeah, one nice one.
Because you really don't need click and curl in the title twice.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we do that to,
That looks like a default that comes from a WordPress site, that title. Because it'll put the website name and the page name with a pipe in between them. There you go. That's a better title tag. And I don't know that your meta description is bad.
Yeah, I thought it sounded pretty decent.
Although, does it have a call to action?
I could say learn how to get the most out of your click and curl product.
Learn techniques for getting the most out of your click and curl.
That's a good one.
This is what I spent Sunday doing.
I think it's good.
Everyone good with that one?
Tired. Snuggie with her. I didn't get a snuggie.
It was cold. I have class in, yeah, it's cold in there.
You know,
I mean, I was wearing a hat and a sweatshirt, so I was pretty comfortable.
that's the cool thing about college.
Nobody
Nobody even
judges.
thinks, oh, she's sitting there in a snuggie. Nobody even thinks twice about
Nobody
it.
cares.
No, it's like, oh, cool. Wish I had one.
It's not a snuggie, it's just a blanket.
But still.
No, college is great like that. Yeah, there's somebody sleeping on the floor. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody even notices. It's
Pretty normal.
Walk by.
There's a kid passed out in front of the, they must have gotten locked out or something in front of the hallway and the doors, and people just walked right past.
Okay, keywords for this one. Do we want to stick with kind of the same thing or do something different?
Legs.
Sorry. Flight failed, system busy now.
Okay.
Well, that's nice. Thanks for that annual update. Why is the system busy now?
I don't know. Maybe the other one didn't let it go yet.
No, because I checked this one and it looks like this one's kind of disconnected too.
It's not showing anything. I would power it off and power it back on.
that work?
Um,
There you go.
if anything, will that will.
I might have just lost that work connection or something. Okay, it's still black screen.
Well,
We're doing great today.
it's that kind of week.
Yep,
The computer's starting to.
that's because everything's coming due. Oh, here comes back. Press not, okay, back.
Have fun. Maybe. Or maybe not.
I'm watching, give it a second. And then what we'll do is we'll power it down and leave it down. Oh, there you go. It was there for a second. There it is.
Maybe. Hey!
That's good.
Okay, what's happening here? It muted itself. What is happening? Okay, I was gonna do something. Oh, now everything's going all wonky. I'm having a great time.
Sure seems like it.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay,
There you go.
that's what this going for. I just need to turn sharing back on. Okay, so for keywords, we could go with the same old, and do detachable brushes, click, curl, click, and curl, click, and curl. We could add blowout brushes. Perfect blowout, maybe?
What's the page?
What about
The same one.
how
Is
do
it frequently asked questions page?
The using click and curl page.
Oh,
So we could add, how does perfect blowout perform?
Not one, like, right after 12.
Okay.
Oh,
it's good to have dry over it comes.
What's up?
It's supposed to get down to 10 tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. Cool. Can it pass?
you can try.
It's a good thing I didn't grab my winter jacket last night.
Hold on to that snuggie, that's all I got to say.
Come on. There we go. Keyword Explorer. Perfect. Well,
Great set of tools.
okay, so difficulty 38. It's got 100% organic click-through rate. This isn't one that they're currently ranking for, but
They got a domain authority of 38, that's not bad.
where? Clicking
Oh,
through
that's a difficulty. Well, that 43. Oh, never mind.
this
Just
is-
ignore the guy in the corner.
He clearly needs glasses. So we could try a new keyword, see how they do. Perfect blowout would be something that this page would help them accomplish, so that might be an okay keyword to throw in. Kevin, what do you think?
Without really looking at the data, it seems that they're gonna get hit with their branded terms most often. Click and curl, perfect blowout. Isn't that sort of a branded term of theirs?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It is perfect blowout quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what do we think? Should we throw in perfect blowout?
The blowout is what the hair style is called, right?
Yes.
Can't hurt.
Okay, so perfect blowout. Any other keywords that we think? No, we good with these?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. Another page done, yay! I kind of want to just ignore the style stick page, but
The what page?
the style
It's
stick
another
page,
product.
but it is a page on their site.
True.
So,
But none of us really know what it is.
it's like, it creates a zigzag mark. I don't know.
Does it show, can you go to that page?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna get myself set up here.
Because really, the content of the page should feed the title, the description, and any keywords.
So I want to okay, so
It's kind of laid out. Maybe that's just nice.
When you went to college,
but-
it's like you're not taking a card in college.
okay, so this is the style stick page.
Oh,
You know the brand.
Yeah, it's Christ.
what's with the tadpole tank?
Ignore that.
It's actually.
Okay.
It's got 242,000 miles on the helmet.
I drive a Jetta, 2005 manual Jetta.
Okay, so this
It's
is,
like 200.
they don't have an existing meta description. This is the title tag that comes up, style stick dash click and curl dash blowout brush set with detachable barrels.
That's the same thing as it says on all their other ones, right?
So this one throws in style stick.
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
So style stick is another product. It's not click and curl, it's a different product that Capital Panache produces.
Everything other than the first two words seem pretty irrelevant to that page.
Yes.
If the product is Style Stick, the brand is Click and Curl, I would leave Click and Curl in there.
Technically, the brand is Casual Panache, but they
Yeah.
don't really
Didn't they
sell
kind
like
of
that.
get rid of that?
They got, their website still exists, but it's just not,
Cause I tried to like click on it and it just sends you to the click and like the click.
maybe they're,
So I would treat Click and Curl as the brand, so I would leave I would include the Style Stick, and I would include Click and Curl. But within that, I would address what the Style Stick does.
Yeah, it just sends you directly to the click and curl page now.
style stick, create the perfect zigzag part.
Sure.
And then by Click and Curl. Is it the Style Stick by Click and Curl?
It's by Casual Panache.
Yeah, so
I don't know the company well enough to make the recommendation, but
I don't think that they should have style stick labeled on here. Like if they're gonna have Casual Panache as their brand, rather than click and curl.
What does the page look like? Does it say click and curl on the page?
Yeah. The
Well,
URL
it's got the
says
click and curl header, but
Yeah, this was kind of something we ran into with a lot of their like
Like when
platforms where they
you-
like overlap stuff and it doesn't really make sense where they're trying to like
If
run
you
it all from.
Google casual panache, like that little sidebar, like you can click like website of directions. Even if you just click that website thing, it sends you directly to the click and curl site now. They don't have another site.
so a good thing to note. But you can see we still have the click and curl header, but this is the style stick page. So if they're consolidated to having just one website, then they're likely to keep the style stick page on this site so that it's at least featured somewhere. This product is not one that Kim created. It's one that a friend of Kim's created that was having a hard time getting the business started. So Casual Panache bought the rights to it, so they sell it. But I mean, we could just leave this page alone and say it's hard, but
Well, I mean, the only thing we're debating is whether it should say click and curl.
That's kind of dependent on how they're planning on.
Right, and that's a question that actually I would go back to them, you know. We couldn't decide whether to put click and curl on there. Do you want this associated with click and curl? If they want it associated with click and curl, then we put it in there. If they don't want it associated, then we leave it out. Oh, if life was so easy, is my opinion.
okay. Meta description, they don't have one.
Look to the first paragraph and see what it says. Because I saw that there was text in there. Under style sticks, what does it say?
The next big hair trend might just give you flashbacks to middle school. The zigzag
I
part.
don't know if that's the look you're going for.
Yeah,
The
that's probably
zigzag
not
part
what
is back in
allowed.
style thanks to celebs like Kyle Jenner.
Kyle?
Kylie Jenner.
I was like,
Close
this
enough.
is
Kyle.
thing.
And while you know all too well it's not new, little girls everywhere are obsessed. Introducing the style stick.
So this is a whole other demographic
Yeah,
than what
Who
they're
they're trying to
originally
sell
going
it to.
for.
Splashbacks to middle school, but
So I'm not trying to look like I'm in middle school.
But it's been featured on Kylie Jenner.
Yay. I
Why did everything that Jennings did at me in jail?
Right, yeah, exactly. Not
That's a
exactly the
good
greatest
life
role models out there.
Okay, yeah, they don't have a meta description for this page. We could say the style stick is a two-pronged hairstyling comb that is so easy to use, young girls can even practice their independence and do it all by themselves.
Bang.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
This is a
She's done it once.
Hey.
Barely. It's like barely there, but you still gotta claim that.
celebrity thing.
Like this literally just looks like you didn't part your hair. It just looks like you just let your hair do what it wanted.
Like this?
Pretty much. Yeah, just like that.
It's not quite that.
Yeah, well, I get free ice cream, cold still.
Cold stone, yeah, you do. Unless they count this, which they probably won't.
I think you're pretty clean shaven, dude.
I am, it sucks. There's no one in my apartment that can go get me free ice cream either.
Okay, so it's sitting at 108 characters if we leave it the way it is. So it's right within the accepted range. Does that sound good?
Yep.
This is a hard one.
Okay, words.
Cause they're so important.
could do the typical branded keywords of click and curl, click and curl, zigzag part, zigzag hairstyle, and then we could do style stick as its own keyword.
You definitely gotta have style stick in there.
Does that sound okay? Okay, I can call that one good then?
Is that meta keywords, is that what you're filling in?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you know, Google doesn't really use meta keywords anymore, because people use them to manipulate the search engines. Bing might, but.
They ask for them, so
yeah.
we deliver.
Yeah, for the most, and they may not realize that the meta keywords is essentially a dead tag, because Google quit putting.
Dead for now,
value on it.
though. Dead for now, though.
For now, yeah, but Google pretty much quit because they look at the content of the page to see what the page is about. It's a hangover feature from the early days of search engines.
Okay, do we want to move on to the press page?
It takes forever to load.
What doesn't take forever to load? That's true.
See, that's the biggest thing that they need to do is fix their loads too.
I'm kind of like going through and I'm clicking on some of the tabs and it doesn't take you to the article. Why is there a toilet? Yeah, I clicked on that one first because I was really confused. It takes you to another page with a bigger size of this, and then you have to highlight the link that they give you on that page to go to the actual article where their product is listed.
Suggestions for this page?
They need help. Yeah, and then you have to go down, read it here, and then it's not even like an active link, so you have to.
Can't they add some sort of data aggregator that would pull those media and kind of
Or even
at
just
least
make
preview them on their site?
the link on the press page go right to.
I mean, if I were to make a recommendation, I would lose the images and replace them with the logo of the media outlet rather than the pictures. And I would do them at thumbnail size. You know, because if you watch that one image that's rendering there, that's a movie. But this page has got to be taking at least 30 seconds to.
Easter Kingdom box. And if you like keep scrolling down, half of it's about that tadpole tank or whatever that is.
But isn't there's got to be a way for them to do some sort of data aggregation, because there's some websites that are entirely data aggregation.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's outside of my area of expertise.
I'm right with you on that one.
Yeah, so, ignoring the issues, this is all the places that Click and Curl has been featured, so we could work with that for our meta descriptions and stuff. This is the media tag.
This is a tough.
Okay, so they're existing. I feel like I'm playing tag with myself every time I switch back and forth between the desktop and my laptop. Okay, so their title tag that they have right now is Click and Curl type media.
Okay, so you're looking at, this isn't information for the media, but it's places we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Places where Click and Curl has shown up in the media. And honestly, this is never going to show up in a search result.
Just ignore it.
No, I would change it to places where Click and Curl has been seen in the media. But nobody's going to do a search for where has Click and Curl been seen in the media.
Yeah.
We could change the title tag to Click and Curl in the news.
Yeah, something like that.
Weight Watchers magazine get us people on anytime soon.
But, I mean, honestly, this is not, when you get access to their analytics, this is not going to be a landing page. Because nobody goes to see, this is vanity.
They asked us for title tag.
No, I'm not criticizing you for what you're doing. This is a vanity page. And
Because
that's okay. It's like, okay, it lends panache to the organization. But as far as search goes, nobody's gonna search for this page.
This page goes on forever.
So we could just do title
It
tag.
just keeps scrolling.
We could
Probably the
do
reason
title.
it doesn't look at.
What was that, Kate?
There's still a couple of things that haven't completely loaded on mine.
We could do a title tag of Quick and Curl in the news type press features and call it good.
Sure. I mean, the bottom line is, the only place you're ever gonna get to this page is from theirs. And most people won't go to the page. And frankly, as long as it takes to load, a search engine's not gonna display it. A search engine's not gonna display a page that takes minutes to load. And it'll probably actually take, this page will probably actually take down the juice of the rest of the site because it's so slow.
And it's not really any,
It doesn't contribute much. They could just put up the logos, like just a small, as seen in Time magazine, and have a link to the
That's the
thing.
thing though,
On
is
that
that they have their
page-
features on their homepage.
On that page though that we're looking
There's
at
a
right
lot
now,
of
if you
irrelevant.
scroll all the way down, there's just a picture of Kim.
It doesn't go anywhere. It
And you
literally
click
just-
on it and it just says Kim Nin's party at the top and then there's no, that's it.
I guess you found what's at the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So work on your meta description. Keep it short and simple. This page is not ever gonna be seen in a search.
Well, it is 6:59, so it is time for the general members to, go do homework, etc. Maybe take a nap.
Don't remind me.
Do something. Thank you so much for your help, Louis. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thanks for showing up.
I was right there anyway.
This would be uploaded by now. But I gotta export it twice. Freedom.
Don't forget, no meeting next week because we have the mid-search event. And if you decide you would like to go, make sure you email.
If you get bored tonight, look to see what resumes are being offered during midterm so that we.
Is that just
do
gonna
that
be-
sitting in my office.
Would I just look at the classes and?
Go to
show when
winter,
they're
yeah,
offered?
find the list of Resi courses, look and see ones you might consider taking.
Yeah.
See if they're offered in winter.
Alright,
Because that's something either I can watch you do or you can do yourself.
yeah, alright, I'll probably do that
I
tonight
would
then.
rather not watch you search for a Resi course.
Alright, I'll do it tomorrow, have a good night.
Bye. Good work, team.